Hey, this is the National Treasure, Nick Aldis, and I am recommending that you go to savewithconrad.com for all your home buying needs. Not only would I recommend Save with Conrad to friends and coworkers, I have many times already. If I know that they're house hunting, my first recommendation to them always is get in touch with Conrad. His team are the real deal, and they will be straight up with you and do everything they can to get you in the house.
NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender. Woo!
At savewithconrad.com. Right now, Fight Plus, the ultimate digital platform for live sports and entertainment, is offering a free 7-day trial at tryfight.com. Yes, you can access Fight Plus's incredible library full of combat sports, wrestling, and other premium content absolutely free for 7 days by going to tryfight.com. And the best part, you can find them on all major streaming platforms available today. So don't waste another second. Go to tryfight.com. That's tryfite.com right now and find out why they are the undisputed champ of live sports and entertainment.
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hey, this is Kurt Angle, and welcome to the Kurt Angle Show. On the show today, we'll be discussing one of my least favorite storylines I've ever been a part of. But first, let me introduce to you my co-host, Paul Bromwell. How you doing today, Paul?
I'm doing good, Kurt, and you know what that means. This is going to be one of my favorite shows of all time. We are going to have a lot of fun, pal. It's Judgment Day. It's 2005, and I can't wait to cover it. You say it's one of your least favorite shows, but man, this is one of our most requested. There's a lot of people that have asked for this, so we're going to dig into it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I regret this whole thing, this whole show today.
Oh, man, this is going to be good. And it's funny because, well, we'll get there. Let's just get to it. So let's pick up the storyline. What's all going down? Judgment Day 2005. You're coming out of WrestleMania 21, okay? This is after the big match with Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. It's a big win by submission on the biggest show of the year, Kurt. But the next pay-per-view, they're flipping back to Raw. It's Backlash. Do you think having these pay-per-views kind of bounce back and forth from brand to brand, does it hurt your momentum being a SmackDown guy?
Obviously, they do a Raw pay-per-view one month and SmackDown the following month. Yeah, it does ruin your momentum because you're used to having a pay-per-view every month, and now you're getting every other month.
Yeah.
So it's a little more difficult. I mean, it's easier as far as you're not working as much, but you're also not making as much money.
Yeah, that's a good point. So let's bring everyone up to speed, kind of what else is going on around this time. Because at WrestleMania, we also see the crowning of John Cena. He's the new WWE champion. Kurt, you've talked a lot about John Cena on this show, what you've thought of him. And I'm going to assume that you were all in as far as him being ready at this point to be champ.
Yeah, he was ready. He was ready when he started. He was a little green, he had to have a few touch-ups.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, the kid was prepared. He was prepared before he even got here. I mean, the stuff that he was able to do in the company, especially with merchandising, he came in fully prepared, man. And he acted and really played it out like a main eventer. He really did.
He did. He carried himself like a main eventer. So, Kurt, was your assumption right away then coming out of WrestleMania, hey, I want a big match. I'm a top guy for SmackDown. Obviously seen as the champ. It's just a matter of time for us to be working a program together now on SmackDown? Was that your thought?
Yeah, I thought so. But the only reason why I kind of had my doubts was we worked so much before that. I actually built John up. His career, when he began, it was a lot with me, a lot of matches. And we were going back and forth, winning back and forth. And It was great for both of us, because John grew into a main eventer, and when he started growing into a main eventer, it gave me more value too.
But to your point, then it was like, okay, now that he's champ, let's do some more fresh stuff with him.
Yeah, as champion, we're going for the title now. We're main eventing. This is different. Yes.
Okay. Well, listen, the Raw after Mania, Shawn Michaels says, though, that he does want a rematch with you. Did you know if that was something that was planned to be revisited at some point down the line?
All right. Listen, there's no doubt in my mind that if Shawn was going to lose at WrestleMania to me, I'm going to have to pay it back. There's no doubt about it.
You know how this works.
Yes, it's how it works. And I don't blame him. I was willing to do that because he did me a huge favor. Actually, Vince didn't have a winner for WrestleMania. He had us work it out between ourselves. And Shawn said, listen, I'll put you over. Because I know this is what he said, and I totally forgot this. He said, you know what? You're going to end up doing a program with Cena afterward. And what you need is a good win right now. So that is why I knew that I was going to work with Cena, even though I didn't. I thought I was going to work with Shawn, because Shawn told me, you should get the win right here because you're going to be paired up against John Cena after this.
And I love you sharing that because it really shows us how Shawn had changed in his career, right?
Political. He didn't fight for a win. He just said, hey, I'll do the job. And he said, I'll tap out to you. And I was like, this is great.
Shit. Yeah. All right. And even back then, I know this is a line used over and over again, but he's doing stuff that's best for business, and so it's cool to see that maturity with him. So here's another thing I want to bring up to you, because John Cena is also now going to debut that new championship belt, the spinner title. What did you think of the change of the title belt, Kurt?
You know what? It was good for Cena.
Yeah.
Someone else carrying that belt, it's kind of odd, it's because Cena's the one that came up with the idea and the concept, and he made a lot of money on merchandise with it. So, I mean, if Cena was going to carry the title, that was great for him, but I'm more of a traditional guy. I like the old title, the Eagle title. I also love the World Championship. But the spinner belt was cool. I just think it was cool for John.
Yeah, that was perfect for him. Like you said, he made a ton in merch. I'm sure the WWE sold replicas out the ass, and it worked for his character. But it was cool to see for those that like that kind of thing. Me being a belt nerd, definitely not one of my favorites, but to each his own, right? It's all our own opinions. Let's move on, because JBL challenges Cena for a total rematch on the SmackDown after WrestleMania. And then that's not all that wanted a piece of Cena, because here comes Eddie. He walks out and wants a shot. And eventually here comes Booker T, Big Show, Rey Mysterio, and then you. So this is everybody making their way out to come out and cross the line that night. And you have an interesting line that you share. And you said, I was arrested Sunday night on charges of armed robbery. I was arrested for stealing the show. Kurt, who comes up with that line? Who was this a Kurt Angle original?
Yes, that was a hokey,
I can tell,
idiotic Kurt Angle phrase. That it came directly from me. I thought it was so cheesy I was going to say it. I knew it would be perfect for my character.
It is. That is classic Kurt Angle. There's no way we'd want to give anybody credit. Like, that's not a Brian Gewirtz line. That's definitely Kurt Angle. But you point out the JBL, Guerrero, and Show, and you said, hey, you guys all lost at WrestleMania. You pointed at Booker T, and you said he wasn't even good enough to wrestle at WrestleMania. So here you go, shit talking Booker. You then pointed to Mysterio and said he didn't make the minimum height requirement for a title match. Poor Ray. I mean, come on. Just all the low-hanging fruit with him. Teddy Long comes out and announced yet another tournament for the title shot. So here we go. This is some good stuff. But Booker didn't wrestle at WrestleMania. Did you know at this point that, hey, he's going to be your next program?
No, I didn't. I knew we were going to have the tournament, but I didn't know what was going to happen after that.
Here we go. We're just going to continue to build to this Booker Sharmell stuff. So you do another Kurt Invitational over Jose Gonzalez, and it was announced that Kurt Angle would be against Eddie Guerrero in the tournament on next week's SmackDown from Chicago. Kurt, we have the clip one this week from April the 7th, 2005. Let's check it out.
Right.
Now, what's your name and where are you from?
Me llamo Jose Quesada y soy de San Diego, California.
Speak English, son. You're in America. Now, just out of curiosity, do you realize you're wrestling me for the Olympic gold medal? Okay, something I won in 1996. It's very important to me. Out of curiosity, I just want to know if any of your family members have attended.
Of course, it's sitting right over there.
Oh! An ambush by Angle with that microphone. And look at Kurt Angle with a kick to the back of the head. The kidney area as Kurt Angle begins to dismantle this young man with a German suplex. The clock is ticking. This young man must last 3 minutes with Kurt Angle in order to take it away here. Gold medal, but an Angle slam.
Oh, it's at 238. I mean, is this kid going to be able to beat Kurt Angle for the gold? Somebody's going to do it eventually, I'm sure. And right now, look at this.
Oh, look at the ankle lock is locked in. Man. The ankle lock locked in, and this young man has no choice but to tap out. Okay, Kurt, you proved the point. Get rid of the ankle lock.
I don't think Kurt's done proving his point. He's going to snap this kid's ankle.
Come on now. Break the hold. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle.
Oh, I'm telling you, someplace Shawn Michaels is watching this, and he knows what that ankle lock feels like. HBK does. Kurt Angle's got a vicious streak, man. I'm telling you.
Eddie Guerrero must be watching this as well. Kurt's opponent next week. Oh!
Eddie Guerrero, this is what your future holds for you. Jorge, Jose, whatever your name is, I want you to tell Eddie the Spanish translation for unbearable pain.
What is that?
Come on now!
Put the mic right in front of the kid's mouth so we can hear him screaming in pain.
How pathetic!
Angle just snaps sometimes, man.
Sometimes. Now the Eddie chants begin from this crowd.
Eddie, just like Shawn Michaels, just like this amigo here, just like everyone I wrestle. Next week on SmackDown, you will tap out. And when I get through with Eddie Guerrero, John Cena's gonna find out that the champ, the real champ, is here.
I'll tell you what, next week in Chicago, Eddie Guerrero is running into a buzzsaw. I don't believe I have ever seen Kurt Angle as intense, as focused as he has been.
Man, Michael Cole said it. I was thinking, this is buzzsaw asshole Kurt Angle.
It's really uncomfortable, to be honest with you. I felt uncomfortable looking at it.
Oh, man, you talk about intensity.
I hated when fans booed me, but you know what? For some reason, back then,
you deserved
I
it.
didn't give a shit.
And it was perfect. You played it so well. By the way, I want to mention the T-shirt you're wearing. I love that shirt.
I have it here.
That's a cool looking shirt. I need to talk to Dominic, our boy, and see if he can replicate the design for our store without copyright infringement, but get close to it because that's a cool looking shirt. I like that.
Yeah, the one with the A on it. Right?
Yeah, the big A, and it kind of looks like a star, almost like a half of a star.
It's really cool,
so I like the way they did that.
That was my design, actually. That's one of the very few merchandise ideas I came up with.
Okay. Oh, very sharp. But yeah, you're asshole Kurt here, so we're going to have some fun. So listen, Kurt, there's an Australian tour just a week after WrestleMania 21. What did you think of Australia? Because I've talked to Mike Chioda about Australia. He says, Paul, it's one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever been to.
You know what? It reminded me a lot of the United States.
Huh.
But a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Even though the United States is a pretty clean country, to be honest, compared to other countries. But Australia was so clean, but it reminded me of the United States because of the skyscrapers, the layout of the land. The only difference was they have different animals. They have kangaroos, and koala bears, you know. And I actually went to a zoo, man. I had a blast petting those things. I pet a giraffe, a koala bear, a kangaroo. It was really cool.
Nice.
Had a good time there in Australia.
Oh, there you go. That sounds good. Now, listen, you'd put over Booker T in Melbourne and then Big Show in Perth. We have listeners that are in Australia and Perth. So Ben, he's one of the guys that listen to the show. He's from Perth, and he interacts with us. So it's really cool just to kind of hear some of your experiences down there. The last night of the tour, Kurt, you're in Adelaide. You team with Luther Reigns to take on Eddie and Ray. The match goes over 20 minutes, but it's reported that Reigns didn't look good in the match. What did you think of Luther and his work, bud?
His work, he needed a lot more work. He was a really green in the ring. As far as microphone skills, he was incredible. He had a great look, everything going for him. He just couldn't improve. And the problem was, I think, he never really practiced.
Okay.
You know, they would have practice sessions earlier in the day during the shows, and Fit Finlay would lead the charge, and Luther never attended. And I think that's where he needed to be every day. He just didn't do it. But he had time to get better. He had ways of getting better.
Sure.
He chose not to for some reason.
And it was reported, too, around this time that, hey, if you don't look good with Eddie and Ray, two of the best workers in the world, then something's wrong. So to your point.
Yeah, he just needed more work. He could have done it. He could have made it. He could have been really big, to be honest with you. He was lazy.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
There you go. Well, listen, it's SmackDown. It's the first round of the title tournament. It's you and Eddie Guerrero, and I'm going to read you a little review here what the Torch said. The big story from this episode was the TV Match of the Year contender, featuring over 25 minutes of Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero at their best. Man, there you go. The Torch said Match of the Year. I mean, do you ever get tired of hearing this, Kurt?
I hear it a lot.
Here we go. Let's
grateful. I honestly, that match, it was one of the best matches on TV, definitely.
Here's what he had to say about it. Well-paced, dramatic, believable, with their respective characters shining as they interacted with signature moves and fun spots. One highlight was when Angle and Guerrero threw a chair back and forth like a hot potato, not wanting the knockdown ref to get up and see them with the chair. In the end, with the ref knocked out at ringside, Angle brought a chair into the ring. Rey Mysterio ran to the ring and yanked the chair away from Angle before he could use it. Angle bailed out of the ring. Guerrero then came to and noticed Mysterio wielding a chair. He feared Mysterio showed up to pay him back for costing him his match against JBL earlier in the tournament for the WWE title shot. As Guerrero begged off, Mysterio tried to explain he was there to help. As they talked, Angle returned to the ring and knocked Rey and the chair into Guerrero. The ref came to. He woke up, and Angle scored the pin. The finish fit the ongoing storylines, but the 25 minutes of action stole the show. Guys, here we go. Clip 2. It's Kurt versus Eddie. We got it, Kurt. SmackDown, April 14th.
I'm excited to watch it.
All right, here we go.
About an opportunity for the WWE Championship, but Kurt Angle has just entered the next level.
He's going for scoop package.
He's having shoulders down. Kurt Angle just got the shoulder up.
What a match!
Tons of near falls for both competitors. Angle into the corner. Schoolboy. Shoulders down again. And Kurt Angle kicked at it too.
What's it gonna take? Look at this!
German suplex, and this time Angle keeps the arms wrapped around the waist. He keeps the hands clasped. Eddie realizes that he's in trouble.
Eddie's trying to reach for the ropes. Can't get there. Watch out, Eddie!
Another German suplex.
How much impact in the back of the head and spinal cord of Guerrero with this suplexing machine of Kurt Angle. Look at this!
A third German, this time a release. Kurt Angle into the cover.
That's it.
Hook of the leg.
1, 2, 3.
There's 2.5. 2.5.
Eddie will not quit. He will not give up. How's he doing this?
Eddie Guerrero has absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment at the hands of Kurt Angle. An Angle slam. 3 German suplexes.
Angle is poised. He wants Eddie up. Eddie's hurting, Cole. I'm telling you. Here we go!
Going for an Angle slam. Eddie countered into an arm drag.
Look at this Guerrero, man.
And now to the midsection. And another suplex to Kurt Angle. Spin in the hips again.
And he's going to do it, Cole. I'm telling you.
There's 2.
It's in the cards. Can he pop off the third one?
For the second time in this matchup, the 3 amigos to Kurt Angle and Latina.
this off. He deserves this victory. He's flying. He's got it. He's got it. Cover. 1, 2, is it 3?
Kurt Angle kicked down. Eddie can't believe it. I can't believe it.
How the hell did Kurt Angle kick out? I can't believe this. He kicked out for the frog splash, but then
Eddie with the three amigos, followed by the frog splash, and Kurt Angle still managed to kick out.
There's nothing left. These two men have given us everything they have.
Hey, look at this.
Oh, no,
he picked the ankle. Kurt picked the ankle.
Oh, my God, he got it.
And Eddie Guerrero countered.
Good thing he got out of that quick.
Eddie rolls through. He's got, what the hell?
my God.
Eddie's got the tights.
What? Small package.
He's got him. He's got him here. He got him. He got him. No, he didn't.
Oh, my God.
2.5.
What a match.
Eddie had him.
This is an amazing match. Unreal. Great stuff here.
Near fall after near fall.
Who's going to
an
win?
Opportunity.
He's got the ankle. Ankle lock.
He picked the ankle. Kurt Angle with the ankle lock locked in. Eddie Guerrero's in trouble.
He's rolling through.
Trying to counter. And he can't. Kurt Angle's got it locked in.
Kurt Angle, no signs of him letting go of that bad boy.
Will Eddie Guerrero tap out? Will Eddie Guerrero tap to the ankle lock?
Hang in there, Eddie.
Referee knocked out of the ring. Wow. Eddie countered. The referee inadvertently knocked out of the ring.
Yeah, but Eddie Guerrero's hurting cold. He could damn near, he's holding that ankle. He's hurting. Now what?
How's Angle doing?
Right out in front of us here.
Hey, Kurt Angle's got that steel chair.
What the hell, Kurt? No, Kurt. You don't need to do it.
Kurt Angle with the steel chair in hand. Referee has been knocked out of the ring.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Kurt. Kurt, you don't need this.
Hey,
what the hell is
Rey Mysterio, seated senton, Eddie's tag team partner.
Wait a minute. Oh, whoa.
Rey Mysterio coming at his aid.
What are you doing?
Wait a minute. What?
Eddie thinks Ray's going to hit him with a chair.
Eddie's got a win.
Well, after all that's transpired here,
Oh, my God.
shot Mysterio into Eddie.
man.
Steel chair went off the skull of Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, not like this. Oh, here comes the ref.
Oh, here's the cover. Not this way.
What a no.
Not this way. Damn it. Damn it. Kurt Angle advances to the championship series next week with Booker T or The Big Show. Join Angle and JBL as this championship series rolls along.
What'd you think, Kurt? That was fun to watch.
I loved the whole entire match. I thought the whole 25 minutes was incredible. I remember this match. The finish, having a chair involved with the ref bump. If that match was a clean finish, that would have been match of the year, definitely.
And then him automatically being healed by the Lord just when you needed him to, just how that kind of happened. The Olympic hind parts were exposed briefly. I mean, it was so much fun. So, but this is
for everyone.
What's that?
Entertainment for everyone.
There you go. Even the ladies, they were enjoying themselves. Kurt, one thing I wanted to mention here, and that was in the Observer around this time from the 25th of April. So apparently Bobby the Brain Heenan went nuts after seeing your match with Shawn Michaels live and has told friends it was the greatest pro wrestling match he's ever saw. And you can imagine just how big of a deal that is. He said it was better than Dory Funk versus Jack Briscoe in St. Louis or any Ray Stevens matches he saw. If you don't know Heenan, you can't understand the gravity of this statement, but he called up Howard Finkel to get both men's numbers and called them up after the match to tell them it personally. He did spend half the conversation playing a joke on Angle, pretending to be talking to him only to see if he could get him a job with the company before telling him the reason why he really called. Kurt, tell us everything you can remember about this.
He called me and said, hey, it's Bobby the Brain Heenan. I just want to tell you had a great match at WrestleMania. I said, thank you, Bobby. And he said, hey, can you get me a job in WWE? I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? So he's holding that joke for like 2-3 minutes. And then he says, I'm just kidding. I just want to tell you, your match with Shawn Michaels, best match I've ever seen. Honestly, best match I've ever seen. And I was even like, Okay, but were you serious about that job? I was
right. You're still worrying that
me getting him a job. So, but it was funny. He was really funny. I love Bobby the Brain Heenan. He has a great mind for the business. For him to say that I had the best match in the history of pro wrestling, that's a big deal. That is a really big deal. I have a lot of respect for him.
When you talk about an icon or someone that has been a part of this business, he's in a rarefied air, Kurt.
In every facet,
Yeah.
He's been from creative to being talent to everything.
Oh, just all of it. And many people call him one of the most entertaining, if not the most entertaining guy ever to do it. He
is, always will be. Mm-hmm. Yes, I love. You know what? I started watching Bobby Brain Heenan in 1998, 99 when he was in the business for forever.
He had already been doing it for a long time.
I started looking back at videos to hear how entertaining he was.
Him and Monsoon, classic, dude. Yeah, love it. Well, we move on. It's SmackDown, April 21st from Madison Square Garden. Booker T fought Big Show to a no contest at 5 minutes, 20 seconds in the final title shot tournament match. JBL and Kurt joined Michael Cole and Taz on commentary. They bickered with each other in entertaining fashion. After a few minutes, JBL and Angle attacked Big Show and Booker at ringside. They thought they would eliminate both from the tournament. Instead, good old Teddy Long announced the finals would be a 4-way match instead of a 3-way match. He also said there would be a tag match later with all 4. But this is quite the programming story here. Did you enjoy being on commentary when you had those opportunities? Here you are with JBL, Cole, and Taz.
Yeah, JB and I both of us were bickering at each other. It was pretty fun. I don't mind doing the commentary. I'm not very good at it, but you put me in there for a few minutes, I can be pretty entertaining. But if you put me
look at you,
2 hours. Not going to happen.
But now here you are, full-time podcaster, Kurt. So, you would just... Well, they would go on to say Booker T and Big Show beat JBL and Kurt Angle at 13 minutes, 13 seconds. Booker T's wife, Sharmell, again cheered on her husband from ringside. Late in the match, Angle opted not to save JBL from a chokeslam by Show, leading to the pin. Angle waved as he walked away. At this point, Kurt, did you know it was going to be you and Booker? Or did you have any idea that Sharmell would be playing a role in this whole storyline?
Honestly, I knew it was Booker and me. I just didn't know the gravity of the situation. I didn't realize what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. I mean, Sharmell, listen, I have so much respect for Booker T and Sharmell. They're the perfect couple. They're the king and queen of
wrestling. Here he goes, baby facing.
I'm just telling you, I love them dearly. And to have to do this program was completely brutal on me.
Yeah, but dude, they had to agree to it too, right?
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to say? Kurt's
no Vince.
To it. What do we do? We should, the thing is, you could say you don't like things, but you're still going to have to do it. I mean, for the most part, everybody, whoever has a storyline pitched to them, very few have called them off. And if you do, you can get a little heat for it. So it's not that I was worried that Vince would give me heat for doing it. I just never said no to Vince.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to. And so I went through with it, and I felt so uncomfortable.
But at the end of the day, though, you knew that Booker T and Sharmell knew you were just doing your job.
Yes, they knew that. And I knew they were doing it too. And it was just a situation.
It's still uncomfortable. Yeah,
it is. Sharmell's such a sweetheart, to say, I want to have bestiality sex with you.
Which we're getting there. Here we go. So after an Australian tour now, you head on the European tour and you team with JBL to take on Cena and Big Show in Dublin, Ireland. This is a ton of travel for you guys after WrestleMania. We've always heard the money's great, right? But this travel, that's got to be tough right after Mania with all these international tours. You're all over the world, dude.
Yeah, we were traveling every day. I mean, sometimes we wouldn't even stay at a hotel. We would fly through the night. I mean, this traveling was brutal. And especially when we went to Australia, because we go to Australia, then we come back through Europe, do that, and then come back to the States and end up having to go straight to TV. It was brutal.
Here you go, guys. Here's another little snippet. Then you go to London. You put over The Undertaker. Then you head to Italy, and you lose to Booker. And then you're Milan, and you put over Taker again before doing it again in Cardiff. I'm not making this up. This is what they did. I mean, and all the way, you're just putting guys over left and right, but you didn't care about that, right?
No, you know what? For house shows, the babyface always wins unless he's a champion. I probably shouldn't let that cat out of the bag, even though most people know that already. But no, you have to do the honors. You have to lose to the baby faces because you want to send the fans home happy.
Hey guys, Eric Bischoff here, and just want to call a quick timeout. I want to tell your listeners about what I've been telling everybody at over at 83 Weeks, quite a while now, about all the cool things that are happening over at adfreeshows.com.
An all-new edition of The Insiders is here, as Conrad welcomes David Saadi, the man behind so many iconic video packages WWF fans grew up on, including one that left Vince in tears.
You got it. And Conrad, I swear, I walked outside the studio, and Vince was sitting down on the concrete floor, crying hysterically, just saying thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. I went up to the full cabin. He says, good job. Can't wait to see it. 15 minutes later in the stairwell, Vince is still sitting down in a different spot now, crying, saying thank you. Thank you.
Jim Johnston created the soundtrack for generations of WWE fans, with some of the most iconic themes in history. Jim sits down with Conrad to take us behind some of those classic themes, including The Ultimate Warrior.
And then I recorded that. And then just over that, he was just doing... You know, it's so simple, but that's what felt like him.
That's just a small taste of what we've got waiting for you with 4 levels to choose from. See for yourself why ad-free shows is the best value in wrestling today. Sign up now at adfreeshows.com.
Outside of petting the koalas and the giraffes in Australia, do you have any other fun memories from this crazy tour, or was it just like trying to sleep, trying to eat right, and trying to show up for wrestling?
I would say this: the fans were awesome. They were so attentive. It's very excited, very loud. We had a great time in Australia, and those fans are unbelievable.
Well, we then go to SmackDown from Birmingham, England, and you make OVW wrestler Steve Lewington tap out to an ankle lock during Carlito's Cabana. Kurt, we haven't had a chance to discuss this, but did you happen to see Backlash in Puerto Rico? Because, buddy, they brought back Carlito, they had Savio Vega, and that show was fire. The crowd made that show. I told my son they could have been hitting each other with wet spaghetti, and it would have been cool because the environment was insane.
I saw Carlito, and I love what he did with Dominic and Ray. With the apple and everything.
Yeah,
that was a cool little deal for Carlito. I was very happy for Carlito. I don't know if they're going to utilize him even more in the future, but that was a good appearance for him.
Dude, Bad Bunny, Puerto Rico was rocking. Guys, if you haven't watched that show, you got to check it out, man. I tell you what, that is an example of, it was good action, don't get me wrong, but a hot crowd can make or break it. And for those watching at home, you feel it coming off the TV.
You feel the energy from the crowd, yeah.
Ah, so good. Well, listen, we have that clip from Carlito. He's a buzz right now. It was so fun to see him. You're at Carlito's Cabana, SmackDown, April 28th, 2005. Let's check it out.
Carlito, did you not tell me you had another guest on the show?
No, you don't interrupt the Cabana. I don't know him.
Okay. Who the hell are you and what do you want?
Excuse me, Mr. Angle. I'm sorry to come out here and interrupt you, but please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Steve Lewington, and I'm from Great Britain.
Maybe there is something great about Great Britain.
And I was hoping that, seeing as you're in my country, perhaps I could step up and take you on your Kurt Angle Invitational.
Oh.
What, are you kidding me? Wrestle you? What, chance, possible injury the night of my #1 contender match? What, are you freaking crazy? Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes when I lose my temper, I get a little rude, I'm sorry. Let me put it in a way so that you can understand. Sorry, old chap. but you and your country are a joke. Perhaps you could come back in 10 years or so once you've hit puberty. Now, piss off.
That was lovely. Angle's proud of himself. I didn't know he was bilingual either.
You've got to be proud of this kid. Oh, look at this! Oh, that's real integrity, Kurt. That's real integrity.
I never saw that coming. I'll tell you, Angle just teeing off now. Who's that? Steve Lewington, I believe it was.
Yeah, and Steve Lewington was leaving the ring out of respect because Angle asked him to, and now this assault. This is uncalled for.
You never turn your back on someone at any time, and Lewington did that. And now, I'll tell you what.
That's great, Kurt. Preaching the 3 eyes. Nice integrity.
Whoa. Insult their intelligence and attack them from behind. That's the American way, baby. And JBL, Big Show, Booker T, I want you to take a good look. A real good look, because you're looking at the man that's gonna beat all 3 of you and become the #1 contender and win the WWE.
Hey! Whoa! It's a Kid Lewington! Back in the ring! And look at him go! Lewington with an uppercut! And a drop kick to Kurt Angle!
Wait a minute, that's Kurt Angle! What else did...
This Kid Lewington from right here in Great Britain! Oh, and Kurt Angle has got to go to a low blow to knock this kid down. And you're proud of that.
I didn't say I'm proud of that, but I'm proud of this
right here. Angle slam.
Textbook Angle slam.
This kid had Kurt on a run and a low blow, and now what's he going to do?
That's fundamental, Cole. Ankle lock right there.
The ankle lock locked in, and this kid, he's got no choice but to tap out.
He's got it set, he's got it hard. You're in there with a 4
And break it already. You made your point, Kurt.
He's gonna break his ankle.
And look at Carlito.
Wow. Kurt Angle can bring the intensity. Kurt Angle can bring the fight and bring the credibility.
The bottom line, though, is, with all respect to Mr. Lewington, he's not JBL, he's not the Big Show, and he's not Booker T. Kurt Angle will be in the ring with those 3 men later tonight.
So, Kurt, right here live on the Kurt Angle Show, do you want to give it another shot with your British accent one more time?
No, hell no. You know how hard that was for me to do, and that was horrible.
You know what? What's that?
Jolly old chop.
When I heard you doing it, I'm like, I could just tell you were probably like trying your best.
I was. It was horrible, but they wanted me to do it. Brian Gewirtz wanted me to do it, and I was like, I can't do this.
It sucks, but I'll do my best, pal. Yeah. There you go. That was a fun little segment. The Torch went on to say, in the 4-way elimination match to crown a new #1 contender for the WWE Championship, JBL pins Kurt Angle. The end came when Booker T, after being eliminated from the match, re-enters the ring and knocked out Kurt Angle with a chair shot. Booker was seeking revenge on Angle rather than trying to help JBL. Nevertheless, Booker guided JBL to a rematch with John Cena for the title. He lost at WrestleMania. There we go. And then on SmackDown from Trenton from The Observer, Angle beat up Mike Reed, who was in a second pro match except against guys from the Monster Factory where he trained, with an ankle lock. It wasn't really a match as there was no bell, no ref. He then challenged Booker T to a match at Judgment Day. So there it is. You challenged Booker T. Any memories of this guy being, I'm sure he's green and freaking nervous, but
it was his second match ever.
Mike Reed.
It wasn't a very long match. It was like 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Angle scoffs at these rookies. So here we go. Booker and Sharmell would come to the ring after this challenge. Angle called Sharmell a gutter slut. Booker accepted the match. He can't even open his eyes right now. He accepted the match for Judgment Day and then hit the ring and they brawled. Angle got the advantage and went after Sharmell. They tried to run away, but they did the slasher movie scene where she tripped and Angle almost put her in the ankle lock, but it was broken up. And Kurt, we have the clip. They actually bleep out slut. All right, here we go. WWE Standards and Practices got a hold of it. Let's check it out.
You want to answer so bad, huh, Kurt? Well, I'll give you an answer, sucker. I accept your challenge for a match at Judgment Day.
Oh, yeah.
Now, can you dig that? That's great, Booker. That's great. But it's too bad that I'm gonna make you tap out at Judgment Day. It's too damn bad that I'm gonna break your ankle in two. And it's too damn bad that when I'm through with you, you're gonna have to go home with that gutter.
Oh my, that is Booker T's wife.
That's wrong. He shouldn't have hurt you.
Booker T's hurt it up, and Kurt Angle with a blow to the back of Booker T's head.
Well, here we go.
And Booker T with the right hands of his own.
It's
taking it Kurt Angle here.
Big time fight. I gotta say, Angle deserves it for that comment.
Of course he did, disrespecting Booker T's wife. And Angle's trying to get out of dodge. And Booker T continues the assault.
Booker T's all over. Kurt Angle.
Can you blame him?
Come on, baby. Come here. Step the fuck. Step the fuck up. Step the fuck. Do it. Do it. Do it. Harder. Harder. Harder.
And Kurt Angle deserved every bit of that.
It's over.
Booker T's not done.
Oh, not done at all. Oh, low blow. A low blow by Kurt Angle. Typical. Typical.
Uh-oh, watch out, Angle slam!
Angle slam to Booker T.
You gotta watch out now, Booker T.
Kurt Angle staring at Booker T's wife. Oh, come on now.
Angle's ankle.
Sharmell may have twisted the ankle.
Yeah, she's got those heels on, but she's hurt.
Come on, Kurt. Give me a break.
Oh, no. Kurt, don't do that. Angle.
Kurt Angle is stalking.
Here comes Michael Myers.
No. Kurt. No.
Come on now.
No.
And finally some help from the locker room area. Averting disaster here. Averting disaster there. Kurt Angle hell-bent on getting to Sharmell, Booker T's wife.
All right, Kurt. So here we go. This is when the questioning.
You can hear a pin drop in that arena.
This is when the questioning really gets tough here on the Kurt Angle Show. Kurt, earlier in the show, you said, I was arrested Sunday night on charges of armed robbery. I was arrested for stealing the show. And you told us that was a Kurt Angle line. Now, who came up with gutter slut? Was that a Kurt Angle line? Oh, now you didn't come up with your promos. Okay.
That was all the writers. Gutter slut, bestiality, sex.
Kurt is running as far as he can from this shit. Oh man, listen, I get you. I mean, the guys, Booker T is staring right at you, and he's coming to the ring to wrestle you, but still, you're calling his wife a gutter slut. I mean, come on, it's got to feel awkward.
If I were Booker, I would have beat my ass.
Yeah, right. Oh man, it's so fun. And then she just starts paintbrushing your ass. But did Booker ever talk to you behind the scenes and be like, "Yo, bro, I get it. Is this what we got to do?"
You know what? Crazy. We never talked about it. We should have. We should have been like, "Hey, man, that was some crazy shit. I can't believe we did it."
Not even to this day.
Never talk about it. Never did. Still to this day, have never said a word about it, and I'm not sure why. I don't know, because we both felt so uncomfortable. I don't know what it was.
And you see him, right? Hall of Fames, this, that, and everything's normal.
Yeah, I see him a lot. Yeah,
nice as anything. It's just part of the wrestling storyline.
The TV show with him.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Lost Treasures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna say we haven't seen your episode yet. It's coming this season,
it's
right?
coming, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, and this is right, and this is what made me smirk, because on May 12th, 2005. So, Kurt, you know, you've been here, Reading, Pennsylvania. That's where I live. I'm like 5 minutes from the arena. When you came down here to the hotel for. It was right across the street, and you were like, man, that's a cool, I would think that would be a cool place for wrestling. That's the arena where the bestiality sex thing happened.
No way.
Yes. Yes. So I hadn't moved here yet. This is 05. I've moved here in 06 from Reading, Pennsylvania. WWE continued to promote storylines revolving around sexual relationships when Kurt Angle suggested that he desperately wanted to have bestiality sex with Sharmell, the wife of Booker T. You were just here a few months ago. That was the arena. You said it. This did not sit well with Booker, who fought Angle in the main event match of the show, which served as a preview of their match at Judgment Day. Bestiality. Kurt, who can we give the credit to for bestiality?
The big guy.
Yes, I'm saying I want you to have bestiality sex with her. He's probably said it just like that too.
That is Vince. And you know what? When Vince has his mind on something, he sees it through to the end. And he wanted this thing to go on. Actually, I don't even know if you know this, Paul, but that angle was supposed to go on longer. What happened was we had the first match and it went on as planned. And then the second match was the second. We were going to have 3 matches. I was supposed to win the second one, but the referee pinned me by accident. So that meant we couldn't have a rubber match because Booker already won 2 matches. How would we have a third? So they had to cancel the third match, which is ridiculous. But it was just a big mistake by the referee, unfortunately.
And I never put 2 and 2 together, like I said, and just realized, man, that whole thing, your biggest regret. Just
it got ended shortly. Shorter than it had to be. Which I was happy about. When I heard when they were going to end it, I was like, "Oh, I'm glad I got."
Yeah, okay, I'm out. That's cool. So you deliver the line. Vince tells you to say the line. Do you remember where the Booker T and Sharmell there when he's telling you all this is the plan?
No. He had me in his office. He showed me how he wanted me to do it. And then when I did it, I was backstage in front of a camera, so Booker and Sharmell weren't anywhere around.
So they don't know it until you say it.
Yes, of course.
Oh, dear God. All right, well, here we go. The main event match turned personal when Angle zipped to the backstage area after knocking out Booker in the ring with the Angle Slam and proceeded to run into Booker's locker room where Sharmell was hanging out. Sharmell screamed in horror from behind the closed door, implying horrible things were happening to her. Booker eventually ran to his locker room to save his wife, but was attacked from behind by Angle. Sounds like you were attacking a few things from behind that night. After throwing Booker into a row of lockers, Angle smiled in Sharmell's direction before leaving. Sharmell, who had been screaming throughout the entire ordeal, continued to wail next to the fallen body of her husband. Look, everything is acting, and we're having fun, and this has happened so many years ago. But it's believable, right? And this is Sharmell's highlight of acting at this point before Booker ever
she did such a good job.
Yeah.
The fans were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just us being uncomfortable. Everybody was. I mean, when we had our match at where was it? Not Backlash. It was Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Yeah.
When we had our match at Judgment Day, you could hear a pin drop when we walked out. I mean, everybody was just like stunned about this angle of the storyline.
Yeah, just everybody sitting there.
Crowd eventually. But when it started, you could hear a pin drop. It seemed like nobody cared. But what I think they wanted to see was how I and Booker T would play out at the beginning. You know, like was someone going to attack the other, or what was going to go down? Was Booker going to lose his temper and grab a chair and go crazy on me? Like, they didn't know what was going to happen, so they were silent.
Well, when it's something so controversial and on something so personal. Right. This is a personal and a husband and a wife. They're married. This ain't wrestling life. They're really freaking married people. And you start to delve into that, not just sex, not just, it's next level. It's going to be weird and people are going to have a weird feeling about it. So I totally get it.
They definitely did.
But Vince loved this shit, didn't he?
Yeah. Vince was all for it. He was actually upset the ref accidentally pinned me in the second match because he wanted to continue.
He was trying to think of more vignettes that he could throw in there, I'm sure. So SmackDown, May 19th, 05 from Sioux City, Kurt banned from the show for last week's actions, but in a promo on the Titantron, he apologizes to Booker T and Sharmell for the sexual comments he made on last week's show, but qualified his apology by saying Sharmell liked the sexual advances he made. Booker T kicked over a television monitor after watching the apology, and this is the go-home angle for the show, Kurt. What the hell? We're now at Judgment Day. It is from Minneapolis. It's May 22nd, 05. Backstage, Sharmell was ranting about Kurt Angle's disrespectful treatment the previous few weeks. Sharmell received a gift of lingerie, which she thought was from Booker T. Booker said it wasn't from him. Then Sharmell pulled a pair of handcuffs out of the gift bag. Kurt's just dying laughing. Enraged, Booker said he would take care of things. They just really wanted to keep it going, didn't they, man?
Oh my gosh. It was like slow torture.
Oh, Kurt, I kind of wish it did play out now just to make you feel more uncomfortable. Booker T was shown walking through the backstage area of the Target Center trying to find Kurt Angle. Where is that pervert? After many unsuccessful attempts, you can tell the theme of this show, trying to get information about Angle from various wrestlers, the camera went back to Booker's locker room where Kurt snuck up behind Sharmell and told her she could find him anywhere. I feel like I'm reading a dirty novel. What is happening? Angle's music came on the PA system, preventing further advancements by Angle. Next on Dateline. It's quiet. The look and promo are for you here is just unbelievable, Kurt. Were you ready just to wrestle the guy at this point or what?
I want to get it over with. I just wanted to have the match and just put it behind me.
All right, let's check it out. Final clip of the week. It's Kurt versus Booker T, the ending, the aftermath of all things, Judgment Day. Here we go.
Booker T off the bookend, but look at Booker. Booker T has not given up.
Booker's in the zone, Cole. He's in the zone, baby.
Booker T is determined to beat Kurt Angle here tonight.
Busting out that spinner, Rudy.
And now his focus on Kurt Angle. Stalking Angle. Kick to the midsection. Booker T off the ropes. Kurt Angle with a clothesline.
Nice counter. Kurt had a feeling that Booker was going to go for that axe kick. That's Booker's style. Boots you in the gut towards that end. It goes for his finishing move, and Angle was countering it.
So not only does that clothesline knock Booker T down, but it allows Kurt Angle to regain some composure, catch his breath here.
Let's see if he can. Let's see if Booker. Nice reversal.
Angle off the ropes, right hand, dunk under, German suplex, and Booker landed on his shoulder.
You don't want to be caught here, Book. Oh my God!
A second German.
That great grip. Those hands, those fingers are locked. Watch the hips pop.
Booker T popping elbows of his own to the jaw of Kurt Angle. Off the ropes, walked into a belly-to-belly throw.
He's going to get him.
Into the cover. He's going to get a leg. Shoulders are both down, and Booker T kicked out.
What a match. What a match. And you got to wonder what Sharmell's thinking back. She's got to be rooting her husband on here, obviously.
Kurt Angle now. He's just, look at this, just measuring his man. Booker T, look at this small package. Off the leg. Oh, did he get it? Did he get it?
I don't know.
He got it.
Oh, no.
Booker T got Kurt Angle. Booker T countered the Angle slam.
Booker T.
I thought it was the other way around. No, Booker T. And here comes Sharmell. And look at the smile on her face.
Well, I don't blame her. She's happy. She should be.
And look at Kurt Angle from behind.
What the hell?
Come on, Kurt, you lost the damn matchup. Enough's enough. How much more are you going to put this man through?
Angle slam.
An Angle slam in front of Booker T's wife.
Oh, no. The match is over. Sharmell's beside herself.
What the hell is this man going to do? Booker T sent out of the ring following the Angle slam.
Sharmell coming to the aid of her husband. Sharmell, she needs to get out of here, man.
Oh, come on.
She needs to...
Just go away, Kurt. Just leave him alone.
Oh, no. What's he doing?
What the hell does Kurt Angle have in his hand? Oh my God, the handcuffs.
Those damn handcuffs. Oh no.
The handcuffs that he sent to Sharmell earlier.
He's handcuffing her. He's got a handcuff to the ropes, Cole. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
What is Angle doing? Somebody has got to stop this. Oh, Booker T from behind. Booker T from behind. Sharmell, get the hell out of the ring.
Get in the back. Get out of here.
There's a kick to the jaw. Booker T.
Now what?
Oh my. Yeah. Get it, Booker. Booker T is handcuffed. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's handcuffed with nowhere to run.
Angle is, he's terrified, and I'll blame him. Kurt can't go anywhere, he's handcuffed.
Well, it's Judgement Day for Kurt Angle.
He can't even defend himself here.
Who cares?
I hear you.
Sharmell couldn't defend herself either.
You're right. I don't disagree with you at all. I'm just glad Booker got in that ring and helped him take their defense.
As Michael Cole says, that's what happens to sick perverts, Kurt.
She really kicked me in the ding-dang.
I was wondering. Wow.
I told her to lay in. I said, make it look real. She made it real.
Wow. That's what they call Friday night at the Angle House. Unbelievable. He was getting his ding kicked in. Oh man, listen, from the Observer, from most accounts, the Angle versus Booker T angle was both an embarrassment and a bomb. Okay, this is Meltzer. Live, there were noticeably people leaving their seats as they played the promos. It was, you're right, man. They were uncomfortable. Angle came out to little reaction, as if the angle was so preposterous it didn't resonate, and it took several minutes for fans to get into a grudge match that they were really trying to build hard. And in the pregame show, and hard even after the show started. The two had a good match, so people were into it by the end, but like so much they've done over the years, they've put Angle in a bad situation. And the only reason his character has survived at a near top level is because he's freaking awesome. And people respect him as a genuine star. I added freaking awesome. But they do respect him as a genuine star. Do you think this is a fair assessment of what they're doing with you and your character at this point, Kurt?
Yeah. They took a lot of chances with me. I'm not sure why. I do believe because they could, doing these things and knowing my consistency in the ring and be able to, nail promos after promos and matches after matches. I think they knew they could go a little further with me, take chances with me. And I wasn't always cool with it, but for the most part, I did everything they told me to, and that's just what I believed in.
Is this the one program you regret in your entire career?
Yes, I could cut you off right there.
Yeah,
I totally regret it. I didn't want any part of it. Even though I got to wrestle Booker, I'd rather not wrestle Booker than do what I had to do to Sharmell.
And how much would have you just rather had a program with Booker and not have to worry about that?
The heat was there before Sharmell even came into the picture. We had a program going. Booker T, he caused me to lose in the match. I caused him to lose.
No reason to add her in.
We didn't really need Sharmell, but don't get me wrong, Sharmell's such an asset to Booker T.
Yeah.
I do believe that Vince wanted to get her involved for that reason.
Hey, she was so great with him when they did the whole King Booker and Queen Sharmell. It was so fun.
He was so perfect. Yes.
I have 3 fan questions. I'm sorry, 4, and then we'll close the show. This is a fun one. Brad Stanton, finally, your favorite angle, and he's giving a laughy face. What would your suggestion have been to change if Vince asked you? What would you have been your suggestion to change up the whole thing? You know what?
Unfortunately, I would say leave Sharmell out of the picture, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. It just Vince had this thing that for some reason he wanted me to be a pervert.
Yeah. And plus, didn't you tell him, and I think you told me this before, didn't he know that you had dated black women in the past?
I think that might have had something to do with it. That Sharmell was African American, and I had a couple of girlfriends in the past that were, and I think that Vince was, with his crazy sense of humor,
just wanted to be playful with it and do something with it.
Me a little bit, and I'm not sure why. But,
Well, we've whatever. All right, a wrestling historian. Again, these are softball questions. Do you wish you had declined to participate in this awful storyline? Thanks in advance.
God, yeah. I regret it the day it started. That's the last thing I wanted as a program where I was going to try to rape Sharmell. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, those guys are such cool individuals. And they're such a great couple. You just feel like shit when you do something like that.
Yeah, I'll take angles that'll never happen again in wrestling for 500, Alex. Okay, that's 2 count. Kyle, Kurt, how's your spinneroonie?
It sucks. I tried it. I did it on TV, and it didn't work very well.
Nah, definitely not. He doesn't have the technique for that. Brian Haremza, does Kurt wish he had his own WWE title made for him? Kind of like John Cena had the spinner. We got the Kurt Angle belt that Wildcats did, but do you ever wish you would have gone back and be like, hey, can I have a custom belt like the Smoking Skull, like the spinner?
Yeah, you know what? I just never thought of it. John Cena did, Stone Cold Steve Austin did. I never did, and I could have had a really cool Olympic belt. And I believe Vince would have bought into it, and he would have followed through. But I wasn't a merchandise guy, and I wish I was. I wish I would have pushed the merchandise harder. Early on. I didn't have a business mind when I got in the business. And because I was an amateur wrestler, didn't really market myself. John Cena came in fully prepared. Stone Cold Steve Austin, same with him. They had ideas for merchandise before they even started, and they continue to have ideas for merchandise during their careers. I didn't start till like my 5th year in the business. And I was like, okay, I need to start making merchandise. And it was just horrible that I didn't have a business mind at that time.
And it's apparent Wildcat, who does most of the WWE belts now, would have had an amazing design for you. So
would have. They do a great job.
Yeah, he's the man. Bryant says, did TNA ever approach you about doing your own custom title? Or I don't know that they did that. They did for Jeff Hardy. I remember they had a custom Jeff Hardy belt.
They had a pretty cool one for Jeff. I did like that one, but like I said, I never thought of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, next week we're going to discuss your run as SmackDown GM. I know we said that a few weeks ago, and then we had Ken Anderson on the show, which was a lot of fun, and then we did this show, which you said you just wanted to get it over with. But we had a good time talking about it. But listen, I want to talk about this before we get off the air. Kurt and his past top Impact moments are all available right now at impactwrestling.com/packages. Sign up with code Kurt, and that goes a long way to help him and our show out. So if you want to check out everything that's going on at Impact Wrestling, do it now. Hey, Nick Aldis is back with Impact Wrestling, buddy.
Good.
We've had him on the show, and he's back over there, so check it out. Also, if your business targets 25 to 54-year-old men, there's no better place than to advertise right here with us on the Kurt Angle Show. You've heard a lot of companies do ad for us in the show over time, except for those of you on ad-free shows, but we have a super targeted audience, and there's very little waste. So go to advertisewithangle.com right now and find out more how you can advertise with the Kurt Angle Show, and Kurt and I will talk about your product right here on air. So check it out. Again, advertisewithangle.com. Also, head on over to AFS, adfreeshows.com, where you get all your favorite wrestling podcasts early and ad-free, just starting at $9 a month. And right now, first week on us, completely free. Check out all the amazing content over there, including their live experiences where Kurt and I, when we do our Ask Kurt Anythings or any of the other shows, we have a live studio audience that they can chime in and have fun with us.
Pretty cool,
So make sure you check it out. Kurt, also a lot of cool social media activity going on. Follow at Real Kurt Angle on his Instagram, also at The Real Kurt Angle. Twitter is at Real Kurt Angle, but on Instagram at The Real Kurt Angle, you may have heard a little bit about cookies and milk. Kurt, that's your protein, right? And I love your little
yes,
yeah, cookies and cream. But you said, when I got done working out, I would drink a whole gallon of milk and a whole thing of cookies. Not anymore. And I'm like, you're so full of shit. But tell them about the protein.
Oh yeah, we got protein. It's called American Dream Cookies and Cream Protein. I came up along with Project One Nutrition. You can get it at project1nutrition.com, or you go to my Instagram page and tap on the link and get the collector's item, the collector's box.
Yeah, the box.
Treats in there for you.
The shaker.
A shaker, a Kurt Angle T-shirt, Kurt Angle stickers. You got the protein, the cookies and cream protein, and the first 500 customers get an autographed photograph of me. So go to the Instagram link on my Instagram, Project One Nutrition, and order the commemorative box, or go to project1nutrition.com and order the protein, or after mid-June in every GNC in the whole world,
baby. That's right.
The entire world. Kurt Angle's Cookies and Cream Protein will be there.
Man, that's awesome. Hey, by the way, Josh Henney, who was an ad-free show member, he already went out and bought his box of it, and he put it on social. So there you go. And so you be one of those that gets in early on Kurt Angle's Cookies and Cream Protein, and check it out. Kurt, before we get out of here, Physically Fit, what else is turning your body into an Olympic god?
This is the other supplement that I have. Kurt Angle's Chicken Snacks and Smart Snacks Crispy Protein Bites. One's chicken protein, one's organic plant protein. They're high protein, low carbohydrate, 11 different flavors. You'll absolutely love them. They're all different. They all taste incredibly good. Go to physicallyfit.com to order yours. If you order your first order, 20% off, use the code ANGLEPOD. And if you want to 20% off the rest of your life, sign up as a member on the website, and you'll get 20% off forever. So order these babies at physicallyfit.com. They're really good.
They're really good. Forever's a long time, and so you definitely want to take advantage of that. And finally, before we wrap up, KurtAngleBrand.com. Check it out. Kurt's right on the front page. And, man, I'm talking T-shirts, cowboy hats. And speaking of cowboy hats, pretty soon we may see that episode of Hidden Treasures. But, yeah, all the good stuff over there. Birthday cards, right? You're doing cameo videos. It's true. It's damn true.
All of it, man. KurtAngleBrand.com. Go there. Order whatever you want, and I'll send it right to you.
Man, sounds so good. You can't have enough Kurt Angle in your life. That's what I've learned. I mean, doing a podcast with him once a week, man, I'd love to do 5 podcasts with him every week if I could. Kurt, how much fun would that be?
I would get sick of you, Paul.
You already are, Kurt.
I'm
man. Oh, man, listen, we have had a lot of fun this week on a fun topic. We hope you guys have enjoyed the ride. On behalf of your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, this is Paul Bromwell, and we'll see you right back here next week on The Kurt Angle Show.